everybody, Tim with Collect Jurassic. We're back with another toy unboxing and review. Today we're looking at the new Amber Collection Echo Velociraptor. It is the last Raptor in the Amber Collection Raptor Squad, following Blue, Charlie, and Delta. Just got my hands on it, and I'm very excited to review it here on the channel for you and get it out of the box and take a look at what it looks like next to all the other Velociraptors that have come out so far. So the Amber Collection has quite a few releases at this point. Quite a few Raptors, a Dilophosaurus, and some human figures. The first Raptor, of course, to come out was this Jurassic Park Raptor, and they've just kind of repainted it over and over and over again, which I know has kind of annoyed some people, but one of the great things we got about it was the Raptor Squad. We've all just been waiting and waiting for every figure to come out. There was Blue, Charlie, then Delta, and finally Echo. Is hitting stores this month at Target, and probably a few other places too. So here it is in the box. It has this awesome Amber Collection packaging. It's a little interesting because it has this like angled part, but you have the nice Amber Collection branding on it. You have the name of the actual figure as well as the movie it's from, which is really cool because the Jurassic Park figures say Jurassic Park, so on and so forth. Also has some nice little like branding moments here with the logo and more Amber Collection. And then you get that embossed effect as well on some of the packaging. That's really cool. One little nice touch about all the Amber Collection figures is they do have a bio on the back. So for Echo, we have, it shows a picture of her from the movie, but it's probably, knowing how these figures have gone, it's probably not the picture of Echo. They've kind of got it wrong here and there as far as that kind of stuff goes. The Raptor Squad, I guess, is very hard to pin down, but on the back of the package, we have the bio that says the third oldest of her pack, Velociraptor Echo, is trained by Owen Grady, the pack's alpha. However, after the Indominus Rex escapes on Isla Nublar, Velociraptor Echo's loyalty is put to the ultimate test when the position of Alpha is unexpectedly challenged. So, nice little buzz copy back there to kind of set up this packaging, which, if you keep these things in packaging, it's just one more sort of added bonus, on the shelf to give it a little bit more specialty than just the normal retail stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this figure up. I just want to get a look at it outside the box. I mean, obviously you can see it in the box pretty well, but I mean, to really look at the paint application, we're going to have to get it out of here because that's probably the most interesting thing about this figure is the paint application. So I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but the Raptor Squad, of course, it's had some trouble kind of staying accurate to the film, and this figure is actually no different. I can't go too deep into the colors and all the differences and all that stuff, but for sure, Blue is probably one of the only figures that really nails the paint application. Whoa! This piece just flew out. I'm going to go ahead and get this stand out of here. All right. Yeah, Blue's probably the only figure that actually stays true to the film 100%. The rest of these figures, they deviate a tiny bit in little ways, but Echo's probably the worst offender, as you'll see. But let me go ahead and take all these little plastic things out. This should be fun to do on camera, but I'll be quick about it. They have all these little pins in these Amber Collection figures. They're just packaged like really, really, really thoroughly so that like nothing can move around, when the figure's shipping. But I think, I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and pull Echo out, assuming, no, I did not get every single piece. There's one more tie. We'll go ahead and pull Echo out, pull her tail out really carefully. And there she is. There is Echo freed from the box. But yeah, oh man, this figure looks awesome. I really like the paint job. Like, again, I don't know how accurate it is to the movie, but I mean, she looks great. It's just got a really kind of, obviously much different than the Raptors that we've already gotten, but it almost feels sort of Lost World-ish. I mean, it's not quite as saturated as Lost World, but definitely has some interesting paint applications going on there. One thing about these figures is I don't necessarily use the stands they come with because they stand up really well on their own. And just something about Amber Collection, for anyone who isn't familiar with the toy line, I mean, these are collector-based figures. They're a little bit bigger. They're about 6.5 inch scale. And they just have tons of articulation. All the Raptors that come out have all the same articulation because they are the same figure with different paint jobs. But I can just go over some of the really cool stuff about it. With the legs, we have all of this articulation in the legs. We have this nice like hip rotation that it does, in addition to like the knees that rotate. And then the ankles kind of have two different joints of rotation. Then down at the feet, those articulate as well. And then we also have like the claws themselves on the feet actually articulate, so you can kind of make them tap like the movie. And then the arms, of course, have shoulder articulation, elbow articulation, and then wrist articulation, all rotating. And then on the tail, the tail's actually bendable. So it has a wire in it that lets you bend it all you want, but it also has that ball joint at the base that lets you get most articulation in, and the rest you can do with the wire. The wire is kind of an interesting thing. I mean, I guess that's so you don't have to have a bunch of ugly plastic hinges throughout the tail, but I don't know. I feel like, I'm always thinking about how these figures are going to age over time, and I don't know how the rubber on this tail is going to do, but maybe it's some high quality stuff that, will stand the test of time. And then back to articulation, we have that awesome articulation on the neck. That's probably my favorite part because you have the neck that rotates on the base. And then you also have the head that rotates on the top of the neck. And then you have the dual jaw articulation, meaning the jaw opens on the bottom and the top. So you can kind of get different sort of, roaring, like really wide mouth roars versus just like something a little more calm. Yeah, like she's got the same articulation as all the figures, all the Raptors that have come before her. So there's Echo, brand new figure. We also have Delta, which is, previously my favorite. I just love the paint application on that. We also have Charlie, which has got a very bright paint application, kind of offsetting the other more natural paint tones. And then, of course, we have Blue, which, in my opinion, is like probably one of the best Amber Collection figures you can get because it's just so true to the movie. But that's all 4 figures for you. I mean, they look great. One thing I should mention is 3 or 4 of these figures come with this little camera harness too. But for whatever reason, Blue did not come with it. The first one out the gate did not come with it, but the other 2 did. So if you collect all these, you're going to get 3 of these camera harnesses, and they fit on the snout. I will do that here in a second, but I just wanted to show all 4 Raptors. They look amazing. Just really cool to see them all together. I know the paint applications aren't all 100% perfect, but it looks really cool anyway, and I think you get the idea that this is the Raptor Squad at last. So that's the other Raptors. I'm not going to do like any more in-depth comparisons because honestly the articulation is always the same, and the paint applications you can kind of get the gist of, but the paint application on Echo is definitely a little bit controversial. It matches a little bit what goes on in Camp Cretaceous as far as the character's representation, but definitely not the movie Jurassic World, which a lot of people have pointed that out, but it's still really cool. It's got like this really cool dark strip on the back that kind of goes down into different sort of striping that you don't see on the other 3 figures. And one thing I noticed that I haven't noticed before from pictures is on the head. You can see there's like this little light colored like paint right on the lip on both sides. It's kind of heavier here on the other side of the figure for this particular figure, but it kind of gives it like a little bit of like a defined lip that the other Raptors don't have, which is kind of cool. And the eyes too. I mean, it's got, whereas Blue and Charlie have gold eyes, it sort of has like a flatter colored eye, whereas Delta over here had a very saturated eye. So they all kind of have a little bit different eyes almost, which is kind of interesting. I know in the movie they had different eye, like pupils, which they didn't really bring that into the figures necessarily, but still look really nice and all different, which is, I think, if you're going to collect every Raptor Squad figure, you want them to look a little bit different, that way too, not just the paint applications. But we'll go ahead and try to fit this this camera piece on. I've never done this on one of the figures. There you go. Actually looks kind of cool. You can see it on her face. It's got the little camera on it. I think I could probably move it back even further so I could open the jaw a little bit, but I'm not going to push my luck on this review, but that's kind of cool. I mean, it is kind of obnoxious that all 4 Raptors don't come with that camera mount, but looks really cool on her, and you can get it on 3 of the 4 Raptors anyway. But I'll go ahead and take that off so I can open her mouth up again. But yeah, I mean, This is just the latest Amber Collection figure. It really seems like Amber Collection is really just heating up. It's been heating up for about a year now, but I know there's some more figures on the way that aren't Raptors, which is exciting because, you know, we've definitely had our share of Raptors at this point with Charlie, Blue, Delta. Now we have Echo, and of course we have that Jurassic Park Raptor I mentioned earlier, but hopefully it'll be the last Raptor we see for a while. You can really see what else Amber Collection has to offer. But all the same, this is an awesome figure, and it's so nice to finally finish the Amber Collection Raptor Squad. Cross that off our list. So if you're looking for this figure, it will be out here in the US at Target stores, you know, just right around the corner, and you can always be checking Target online as well. That's where I scored this one. But I think that's all I have for today's review. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic, and thanks for watching.